the project
Recording
for
in
blockchain
progress.
mean. We'll be covering those in details as well, and what are these skills and tools you basically find in this program as well, if it basically beneficial for you. I will be taking you through the enrollment steps of the program, and also, as I said, there will be a special duration for the Q&A part. So please don't worry, in case we are not able to answer your questions during the session, we'll have a special duration towards the end. So please don't worry about that. Now, moving on, as I said, I will be getting to know a little bit about you. You can see a quick poll on your screen here. You can see a quick poll on your screen here. So we would love to know how many years of experience do you have? So you can see 4 quick options here. If you're currently studying in select the first one. If you have 3 to 3 years of experience, you can select the second one. If you have 3 to 5 years of experience, you can select the third one. And the last one, if you have more than 5 years of experience. Whatever is the most suitable for you, you can select those options. And we would love to know like a little bit about you before we start the session, live resume review. Awesome, I can see the polls moving in. And I can see someone also replying on chat here because I think you couldn't find your option there. I understand. I can't make out your name from your email ID. So sorry, please let me know your name. I can see that you have 1 year of experience. So that's not bad. That's good. I can see someone has asked, Balamurali, we will be get the recording of the session. Yes, you will get the recording of the session. Post webinar, once you're done with the session, you'll be getting it over mail. And in case you want to go through it, I can go through the recording also. Okay, I can see most of the folks have already voted in their answers here. How many years of experience do you have currently? So I'll be ending the poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'll end the poll and share the results also with you folks. So you will also know, right, who are the folks who are joining in for the webinar here. So as we can see that folks who have joined here in the highest capacity, we have folks from 0 to 3 years of experience. And I can see a few folks have more than 5 years of experience as well. I can see a few of them are currently studying, and I can see very few of them have 3 to 5 years of experience. So thank you so much for sharing that. And moving on. So we have a speaker here with us, Vishwateja Yettakuri. So Vishwateja, would you like to give us your introduction?
Yeah, sure, Basha. Thank you for this. Welcome, everyone. Good evening. So my name is Vishwateja, and I am into the blockchain. So basically, from myself, I'm using blockchain from 2017. So from then, uh, I had started using a DeFi protocols like Uniswap. I was into the cryptocurrency trading starting. Then I was into my BTech. I was doing my CSE there, and later on, I started in 2020. I started into the actual development. I was so curious what's the blockchain and how to develop blockchain products onto that, and how to build new contracts and new real world projects. So I was into that. Then I started learning what's the blockchain and consensus mechanism of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I found out that we can develop something new on Ethereum itself in 2020 itself. From then, I started building up new things. Then started my freelancing job, and the beauty of blockchain is like it's an open source thing, right? So I started contributing to open source projects as well. Then I started my career in blockchain. Then yeah, so yeah, now I am pursuing IIT, MTech in IIT. That's a blockchain specific course. So that's it. That's a quick introduction about myself.
Thank you so much for a great introduction, Vishwateja. Moving on, we'll be starting the live resume review session. But before that, let's get to know why exactly the folks are attending the resume review session today. So
Okay.
I'll just quickly launch a poll. So this is in order to understand why exactly you are attending this resume review session on blockchain today. I'm pretty sure you have your reasons. So I've tried listing few reasons here on the poll here, which you see on the screen here. But in case your answer basically does not cover the question, basically options in the poll, you can let us know in chat here as well. So feel free to do that. Okay, I can see the polls moving in. Folks are pretty much clear. I can see one option getting a lot of votes. One being one of the biggest, basically reasons for attending this resume review session today. I'll give 10 seconds more for the folks who are still voting in. And if you have a question, if you have a question for the speaker, you can put down in the Q&A box. I can see an appreciation coming for you, Vishwatija, already. I'm attending to listen to a lovely speaker. So thank you so much, Makam. Okay, I'll give 5 seconds more. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I can see almost 100% participation from you folks. That's great. We have gotten a very active audience here. And as we can see, the biggest reason why folks are attending the webinar today is I want to improve my resume and showcase my blockchain skills. Makes sense. You're at the right place. And we can see like the second highest one being I want to understand what blockchain tools I can add to my resume. Awesome. You're at the right place. Again, we'll be talking about that in much more detail about after the resume review session. And I can see few of the folks have voted for I'm seeking to transition to career in blockchain. And I can see few of the folks have also voted for I'm interested in learning which projects and experiences valuable for a blockchain role. So I hope that you get your answers today, by attending this webinar. In case we are not able to cover a few things, you can always ask us in the Q&A part. So I think let's start with the resume review. So in this resume review, we'll be learning how you can create a winning blockchain resume in 60 minutes. And also for this, we'll be reviewing few resumes for you to get an idea as well for folks who have submitted those resumes in advance. So I'll be sharing the resumes. Vishwatija, would you like to say anything before we start?
Yeah, you can start it.
Okay, sure. Let me just quickly share my screen, folks, of resumes we have shortlisted for this session. So these resumes, basically the folks who have registered for the event, they have submitted these resumes in advance. And we have selected a few resumes from those resumes to basically be reviewed here. And we'll try to review as many as possible. So you don't have to worry about that your resume won't get reviewed here. But you can always ask us questions if you have anything related to career in blockchain or in terms of what skills, tools, or projects you need to add, what program basically you need to take up for resume as well. So I'm just quickly sharing my screen with now. So let me just quickly share my screen. Okay, I think you can see the resume on my screen here. Please let us know on chat if it's visible to you. And if you want me to zoom in on the resume as well before we start. So this is the first resume by Sanjana Bakshi, as we can see here. Okay, I can see someone has responded, it's visible. Awesome. So Vishwateja, so over to you now. So I think we'll start with the first resume review. And this is by Sanjana Bakshi, as we can see. And I'll just quickly scroll through the resume for you if you want before we start.
Okay.
And I'll zoom in. You can tell me if you want me to zoom into the resume as well for it to be much more visible to the folks who have joined, maybe through mobile or
Yeah, it's yeah. So I think it's clearly visible.
Okay, awesome. Also, folks, we have blurred the personal details in every resume. So you don't have to worry if you've shared your resume, your personal details won't be visible. So don't worry about that. Okay, sure. Over to you, Vishwatija.
Yeah. Can you scroll? So you can see this resume, Sandhana Bakshi. That's very clear that she is her objective is to get a challenging position in dynamic blockchain industry. So that's so clear. That's very good. So the main thing is like you need to let the interviewer or the HR know that what you're looking for. So that's a very good part. If you go to the certifications, right, certified mechanical engineer and blockchain enthusiast, but that's not a certification, right? So it's better to have any uh, certified certification in certifications like get a certified from IIT Madras or IIT Kanpur. Examples. You can have a. There are many certifications in market. You can do any of the worthy certifications that will add value to your resume. So you can scroll down. You can see skills in Microsoft Suite. That's better to have blockchain specific things like you can add Bitcoin, you can add cryptocurrencies, a smart contract. That's a good thing there. And Solidity you have added in fourth place. And if you want to get blockchain jobs, Solidity should be in top three. And they you have NumPy, Python. So these are like relevant to the data science course, right? So it's better to focus on the blockchain thing if you are looking for a blockchain job. So that will help you in shortlisting of resumes in industry. So coming to your professional experience, can you scroll down, Nasha? So you here you can see you are a mechanical engineer. That's not a problem, but yeah, that's basically you can do the project related to blockchain by joining any certification course on by your own, so that you can add projects related to blockchain. You're looking for a blockchain and you're giving a mechanical engineer. That's not a good thing, right? So you are not. You need this professional experience and your projects. That makes you what you are. That's basically that's the part where the industry experts look into. So that should be improved in this resume, and you can scroll it down, Rasha. And education is like okay, it's you have added on a bachelor's. That's no issues with that. You can add this Udemy thing in certifications if that doesn't come under your education, right? You can add your MS or MTech degrees here. Coming to the projects, senior design. See again, you are referring to the mechanical engineering projects. There is not related to any blockchain. So in this resume, there are like positive things as well as negative things, but the 80% of things are related to the wrong, like their projects and your experience. So there you should portray your blockchain experience there. So that will basically add value to your resume. And coming to your contact information, that should be on the top. So that's a basic thing. Like when resume is shortlisted, one more thing, it's better to be in one page. If not in one page, it can be dragged to two pages, but I can see there is a lot of space in between. Actually, you can cut down that space as well. So in this resume, yeah, I think this is these two are not clear in projects section and your experience section. It's better to add your blockchain thing. Sanjana,
Ah,
you can
yeah.
do that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Teja, for reviewing this resume. Sanjana, if you have any questions, you can let us know on chat or in the Q&A box. And okay, I think folks are asking about how they can send the resumes. So, folks, the resumes for the session are submitted in advance. So sorry, we can't basically take it now because we have selected the resumes from the resumes we have gotten for this session. But as in case you have any questions, you can always put down your questions in the Q&A box. So don't worry about that. We'll take those questions as well in case you have not submitted your resume. Now, moving on to the next one. So this resume is by Fatima Khan. And basically, as you can see that she has basically studied Bachelor of Science, BSc in Mathematics. And basically, you can see she has basically done maybe like very small certifications here by Udemy here on maybe data science and machine learning and added tried added skills as well. And I think like the last page is blank. So I think would you please review this resume for us, Mr. Peter? You're on mute, Mr. If you're speaking.
Yeah, Fatima Khan. So here the main thing is like if you send resume to any company, you should portray them or tell them that I am looking for this job. That will be an objective thing, right? So
Mhm.
that's completely missing here. I would recommend you to add that. for which role you're looking. There are many roles in blockchain. It's just like an webtoon right now, the Web3 space. It's a complete new space. There are many roles. It's better to have to specify role in your objective as well. So coming to your education, you are having a BSc background. That's not bad. Anyways, you can do certifications as well in blockchain, and you can add that into your education. So that will add value and will help you to get a job in your blockchain. So yeah, Pasha, can you come down? Yeah. So in trainings, yeah, yeah, again, see, if you are looking for a blockchain job, that training certification should be related to blockchain. Again, you are mentioning machine learning and data science. That would not help in pursuing a job in blockchain. And in skills, you didn't even mention blockchain anywhere, like related to blockchain, at least like Ethereum or cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or consensus mechanism like proof of work or proof of stake. So I would recommend you to improve this. And I can see your resume is like space where there's a lot of space wasted, uh, and the second page is empty. It's
Yeah,
better to
exactly.
yeah.
Awesome. I think we'll be moving on to the next one. I think this attendee has joined us also. Arjun, I think, was actually telling us to review his resume. So, Arjun, would love to know on chat if you have any questions. Vishwateja will be reviewing your resume now. So, please go ahead, Vishwateja.
Yeah, hi Arjun. So coming to your resume, I can see you're a blockchain enthusiast and good technology, and your profile is experience in MSc. Okay, that's good, but here I can see again there's no objective. You're not basically portraying yourself. What are you looking for? Resume is something that you guys will be sending to companies saying that I'm looking for a specific role in blockchain. So I cannot say that. Coming to your professional experience, that's good. You are even though you are in digital marketing executive, that's good. I can see some related to crypto and blockchain based things. That's very good. So in previous resumes, they are working in different space, but it's better to relate them with the current position, what you're looking for. So yeah, that will help you to get shortlisted in your job search out in companies. So if you scroll down, Rasa, and coming to quality control, that's your education. Oh, I think you're already an alumni of PCP in blockchain technology, IIT Kanpur.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
very
yeah.
good.
Oh, Arjun is already an alumni of the program which we're talking about. So that's great. I think he basically can add a lot of tools, platforms, and projects which basically he'll be covering in the program as well to the profile. So Vishwadija, can you help us basically how he can add now that he's studying professional certificate program in blockchain, right? By
Yeah,
IIT
yeah.
Kanpur. So basically, okay, I can see he has shared something. I'm not from IT sector, but I do have a freelance experience in crypto space and pursuing PG diploma from you, basically Simplilearn. So how you can mix all this is his question.
Yeah, John. So basically, what happens is you are doing a course, right? In that course, there are a lot of projects that you'll be working on. Like you say, supply chain project, and there's a voting system project as well. That will be capstone projects that will be working on. So you can mention that in your experience thing.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can have projects, separate section called as projects. You can mention them, and you can mention that how you are built, which technology you are using, which blockchain you are using. In Solidity, if you are using writing a Solidity contract, you can mention about your contracts also. So that will help. That will very much help you to shortlist in the industry, like to pursue your uh, blockchain job. So
I think
you'll
he's
be
asked one more thing.
yeah.
Should he hide his food tech background? Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no issues. Yeah, that's better to hide. You can instead of that, you can add your blockchain projects as you're doing a course. If I'm not wrong, you will be doing around 4 to 5 projects. that's very big. That's related, actually related to blockchain. So that will basically uh, spotlight your resume in your with your competitors. So that will basically help you.
I hope that answers your question, Arjun. Okay, yes, now just completed
And
Hyperledger.
yeah, so yeah, you need to add those skills. I cannot see in your skill sets also that you are having the Hyperledger, the Ethereum, Solidity, which are very important skills that you need for a blockchain job. So, and I can see there's a lot of data in your resume. It's better to summarize it. See, your non-crypto, non-blockchain experience will is eating up so much on your resume. So, actually, be specific to blockchain things. Add blockchain projects. Starting, it was good when you're going.
Basically, projects
Yeah,
projects can be added as project experience as well, right?
right, right, right. You
These
can have projects.
Yeah, and I just want to ask, like, the projects basically you do in blockchain, right? Either through this program or or even outside as well. These projects, do they help for folks? Basically, Arjun comes from a food tech industry, right? And he's not from an IT in sector as well. So, doing these projects and adding those to your resume as a highlight, does it help you getting basically pursuing towards a blockchain job? How does it help basically?
Absolutely, that will help. That's your 80% spotlight, your experience in blockchain, right? If you add your projects onto your resume, and that will basically let the blockchain companies spotlight on you. Basically, that they will shortlist you first,
Mhm.
and they'll check your knowledge on the blockchain. So
Nice.
that's better to that's 100% recommended to add your projects, and you can go ahead. Since blockchain is open source, I am saying it again, you can find any of the protocol. You can go and find out Uniswap, you can go and find out 1inch. You can basically go there and you can contribute on yourself. You can add it to your resume. That will add so much value.
Okay, I think he's saying that I want to do something in supply chain management in food industry like IBM Food Trust.
Absolutely, it's like you can. There are many supply chains. Like if you talk about Blue Dart, if you talk about DTDC, they are looking for blockchain developers out there. They are now moving the
Nice.
complete, yeah, the complete moving from Web 2 to Web 3 space. Like they want to track their products, which like on the distributed ledger, which cannot be changed or which cannot be manipulated.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's a lot of scope out there on supply chain side.
I hope that answers your question, Arjun. Please do let us know if you have any more questions about the resume. Yes, he's saying yes. Awesome. He's
Yeah.
saying thank you. Thank you
To
so
point
much.
out, yeah, I have basically working on last year, if I'm not wrong, with ITC company. They are also adopted blockchain for their bingo supply chain. So yeah, there are many companies
Oh,
looking for,
interesting.
yeah, yeah, it's a food industry, right? So yeah, they are looking for a
There's a
blockchain.
possibility of even switching in the same company, right? If there's a blockchain opening as well, right? While you're pursuing
Yes,
a
yes,
course like that,
yes, they can.
getting experience in that.
Just need to prove your
For folks,
experience.
yeah, exactly. Okay, but I have no background. How to cover that in resume?
Yeah, again, that's come to your projects. In your so you are basically explaining your experience with quality control executive, which is not related to blockchain. You can just remove that and have your project section, and you can mention all the projects that you're doing in your course right now. So basically that will
I
100%
think
help you.
I think we will talk about more about the tools, the projects, and the platforms. In the upcoming slides, maybe that will also give you a better idea, Arjun, and also quite a lot of familiarity, right? Because you're pursuing it as well. So please let us know if we have more questions. We'll take those up. But moving on to the next one because we are running a lot of time and we would like to cover as many resumes as possible. So moving on, we have Anthony Reddy's resume here with us. And as we can see, just scroll through the resume before we start quickly, Vishwatija.
Okay.
And Okay, this person also has professional certificate program in blockchain, also pursuing. That's great. I think let's quickly scroll through it. Anthony, Reddy, if you have joined here with us, please do let us know on chat here. That will be really helpful for us. If you have any questions, we can take those up. And anyways, Vishwateja still will have tips for you in case you have not joined. You can go through the recording of the session. So let's quickly scroll through the resume once before we start, Vishwateja. Let me know.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. So, yeah, as I mentioned, the objective is clear that looking for a blockchain, aspects of blockchain to develop a great confidence. I see. I can say that instead of having a challenging position in area of blockchain related fields, what you can say that I was looking for a challenging position as a blockchain developer or a blockchain designer or blockchain architect. There are many roles that related to blockchain. So you can mention that. So that will be pointing to the specific role that you are looking for. If they have a specific role, you can change that. If their company is looking for any, you can say hyperledger developer, so
Mhm.
you can update that and have an I'm looking for a challenging position in hyperledger. So that will add that will basically take you to the correct position like what we are looking for. You're basically letting them know what you're looking for the opening that they have. So that will basically help you changing the objective thing, Anthony, and certification that you are instead of I think fundamentals of blockchain. What you can do is you can okay. I think you have mentioned a caption project. That's it. Again, professional. So you can have an certification thing and projects. What you have mentioned. See again, you are so you will be doing multiple projects in this course. So it's better to mention them. So I can see that projects are not related to blockchain here. So that will not that's not good, right? That will basically you're again going out of the blockchain space. If you are looking a job in your blockchain field, that's better to have projects related to blockchain. Like you'll be doing uh, a supply chain project, you'll be doing a voting project in your course, and you'll be doing an I'm not wrong, you'll be doing 4 to 5 projects. So you can add them, and in certification also, it's better to add the experience that you have gained and tools that you have learned, like Hyperledger, like Bitcoin, uh, and Solidity, and ID tools like Truffle. You can add them, so that will add value to your resume. And it's like you're telling companies that I am experienced in all these tools and I can build a new application for you guys. So that will add value. Coming to your experience, you just mentioned project again. So instead of project, it's better to mention that what you have gained in that company, like what knowledge you have gained. Like again, if you come to blockchain company, there are teams working on, right? Like you can say that I'm a good team player. I have learned how to work with teams in TCS, uh, and I have learned the system of procedures of certain item, like certain development thing. TCS is a very good company where you can learn so many things. I'm pretty sure that you have learned that, but you should mention in experience as well. So uh, it will help you to portray that you know multiple things how to work in an organization. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that will help you. In internship, you're saying that okay, you can basically there are many blockchain companies that are looking for internship as well. So it's better to do internship there and add that instead of internship which is not related to blockchain. So that will help you to. be stand out of the crowd again. So coming to education, okay, and technical skills can write. See again, no one is asking you about writing simple smart contracts or complex smart contracts. You just need to write what are that I can write smart contracts and solidity. That's it. Again, if you write simple smart contracts, the experts think that you can write only simple smart contracts. What about complex? Like if you can write simple, you can write even complex. It might take more time. That's it, right? It's a matter of time. Contracts are same written in solidity. And again, you are saying that your basic knowledge of programming is here. No need to mention that the basic knowledge and simple these words. Yeah, again, I can see basic knowledge in Linux commands. If you know that, you can just simply write C, Java, Linux, SQL, queries, and yeah. So those are the points that need to be improved in this resume. And again, you can see this is going for beyond one page. I think you can minimize objectives and add projects which you will be doing in this course as you are an already a PCP alumni. So yeah, you can improve these things in your resume.
Thank you so much, Vishwadita, for reviewing Anthony's resume. I see that folks are putting down questions in the chat here. Please go and put it down in the Q&A box. So when we take those questions, it will be easier for us to see those questions. Please do that. And now moving on to the next resume. As we can see, this resume is by Mr. Aditya Mathur. Okay, Mr. specifically mentioned. And I've blurred the details of personal email ID and phone number, so we don't have to worry about that. Aditya, if you have joined us in the session, please do let us know on chat, or you can message us as well directly if you have any question related to your resume, particularly. So as we can, I'll just quickly scroll through the resume, Vishwadija, for you to have a look first.
Okay.
Meanwhile, folks, please, I can see that there are pretty interesting questions coming in on chat, and I would want your questions to get answered. So please just do me a favor and help me with putting those questions in the Q&A box because we might miss it, you know. So please do that, and I'll just quickly take you through the resume. You folks can also have a look at the resume.
Okay.
Okay, I can see basically Aditya belongs to a hotel management basically background, or he has done a project on that. I'm sorry.
That's the
So
project. Yeah.
so yeah, Vishwadija, can you help us review this resume?
Aricha, by looking at your resume, I can see that you are looking into a challenging role into a reputed organization. Replies my first attitude. That's okay. An emerging trend, IT sector, blockchain. So again, I am saying you that you should be looking for a specific role. If you say IT sector, blockchain, there are wide range of jobs in blockchain. So you need to just say the blockchain developer or blockchain architect again, or blockchain UX designer. There are many things out there in blockchain field. So I would recommend you to specify that role that you're looking for, or you can basically modify before interview uh, what role you are applying for, and that should be matching with your objectives. So coming to your education, that's okay. See again, you did not mention in which field that you have done your engineering. So that will basically people prefer CS, IT, CSE guys, or any blockchain certification that you have. So that will add value to your resume. So if you don't have that like CS or IT background, definitely you can go and learn. I can see skills that you have C, C++. That means you are a computer guy, right? So yeah, you are pretty good. I hope you are a OOPS developer as well. Like you, you should have knowledge in OOPs. That will basically help in blockchain development as well. So I can see JavaScript, IoT, blockchain basics. Okay. So instead of having blockchain basics, you can have skills like you can add them like truffle, solidity, bitcoin, and you can say you can add rust. That's also a programming language in blockchain. You can have a different consensus like proof of work, stake, and uh, that NFTs. You can add all the skills that are out there. You can learn them using any certification that are available, and you can add them into your skills. So that should be changed here. Skills should be changed. And I see that the bullet points are like not relevant to the job search. So that should
Yeah.
be changed here.
That's a very interesting bullet point, but please don't use it for your resume. Maybe somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Right.
Moving on, I'll just scroll down. As you can see, languages, hobbies, and project details.
Yeah. So coming to project details, there's only one project again. So that is I can see that that project is not related to blockchain. So I would recommend you to do some projects in blockchain and add them here. Like your project should be related to blockchain. That will 100% help you, and that will make your resume shortlist.
Mhm.
So you should prove your experience in blockchain, right? You
Yeah.
should at least add that you have Python experience. That's a good thing. But if you're looking for a job in blockchain, that's better to add blockchain projects. So yeah, that will
I
be.
just sorry to interrupt you, but we have gotten a question on the Q&A box. Maybe we can take this up. So I can see question from someone. I can't make out the name. I'm so sorry because of email ID. Please let me know in chat. Most people tell that resume will be in one page. Is it mandatory in one page?
Uh, it's not mandatory, but if you see yourself as an HR. So in a day, you'll be getting some thousands of resumes every day. So you will be not having that much time. You will be working for 8 hours a day. So in 1,000 resumes, they'll be shortlisting around 50 to 60. That's it. If you want to be crisp, if you want to be on the point, then it's better to have one page resume. If you have 2 pages, there might be the important points which will be going to second page, where HR will not be having that much time. They'll be giving max 5 to 6 minutes to review your resume. In 5 to 6 minutes, what do they check? Not in 5 to 6 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. If they have, there's a lot of competition in India where the jobs are like many, but they are like people are looking the people who are actually experienced in resume, the
Yeah.
blockchain.
Yeah.
So it's better to have one page that will be crisp and on the point what you are looking for in the job, and they will also be they don't have time. They'll be checking the projects and they'll be checking objective, and that's it. They'll shortlist it. So it's better to have one page instead of having 2 pages. I would recommend to have one page only.
Yeah, agree with that totally. Please let us know in chat if that answers your question. Now moving on, I think I'll just scroll down a bit after the project.
Okay. So I can see curricular activities. So these are not like curricular activities. You can name it as internships.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Actually, you have written internships here. Yeah. So that's good to have internships. You have blockchain internship as well here. That's good. But you need to highlight this, right? Again, it's
Yeah.
coming on the second page.
Yeah,
What people
exactly.
do. People
Yeah,
will
exactly.
check first page and they'll just reject it.
First page will definitely give you a first impression as well, right?
Right.
Basically, the job you're planning to take in. So I feel like highlighting these internships on the starting itself in experience would actually help, right?
Yeah, yeah. So if you have this in first page, they might look into this curricular activities. Since you have 2 pages, that this resume will not shortlist. So that might be hard, Aditya, but Yeah, there's a lot of scope to improve your resume.
Definitely. Aditya, please do let us know in the Q&A box, or you can directly message us on chat as well if you have any more questions. Now we'll be moving on to the next resume. Let me just check once. Okay, we are out of time as well. So we will actually have to move on to back to the presentation, because we actually have given more than enough time for the resume review. So moving on, we'll be covering the skills, tools, projects also you can add to the resume. Let me just quickly share my screen back. Uh, I think a lot of folks have asked what, like tools should I add, projects should I add, how I can start. So I think the upcoming slides will actually answer your those questions. But before we move forward, I would want to know, like what aspect of your blockchain resume do you find the most challenging to perfect? So there are so many things you want to improve, right? Basically, how basically you can do that? I'll just launch a quick poll here. Please do help us answering that. What aspect of your blockchain resume do you find the most challenging to perfect? So it is basically you need to work on the skills, you need to add those tools, you need to add relevant projects for the jobs you're applying for. You need to also tailor your resume for specific job roles, right? That is the most hardest one. I'm pretty sure that is the most challenging one. So you can see four quick options here, and you can select the option which you see like, okay, this is the most challenging one for me. When I actually work on my resume, I want to work improve my resume. And also, if there are options which basically don't answer your option, so you can actually let us know on the chat here as well. So you can please DM us on chat here if you couldn't find that option here, which basically is the most challenging for you when it comes to making a blockchain resume. So I can see the polls moving in. We have gotten a really active set of folks here, so that's great. And while we're talking, we actually were getting a lot of interesting questions as well. We tried taking few from there, but we'll try to cover a lot of them in the Q&A part. So don't worry, your questions will get answered. Just make sure it's related to blockchain. That's all. So I think I'll be ending this poll in 5 seconds, because I think most of the folks have already voted. So please quickly go and vote. So all options are challenging. Arjun is saying on chat. Agree, agree, agree. So let me just quickly end the poll. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and quickly share the results with you folks to understand what folks have shared in here. So as we can see that the most challenging basically aspect of a blockchain resume is what folks have shared here, is basically crafting a compelling summary or objective. Agree to that. I think we talked about that. And second one, we have got an equal amount of votes for this one, demonstrating domain expertise. Definitely, that is definitely a tough one. We'll be talking more about what tools, platforms, or projects, skills you can add to your resume while you're trying to pursue a blockchain career. And I can see we have gotten few votes for highlighting relevant technical skills and few for tailoring the resume for specific job roles. So thank you for sharing that with us. Now moving on, we would like to know what exactly is stopping you from becoming a blockchain developer. We would like to know your biggest concern here. That is basically the motto of this quick poll question before we start with the program introduction and also move towards the skills tools project we'll be covering. So let's cover all, please, Shraddha is saying. Okay, we'll be covering those, Shraddha. Don't worry about that. So before that, please let me know what is your biggest concern, biggest challenge. We have talked about the skills, you can add to your resume. We have talked about the projects, how you can add them. And we'll be talking about careers as well, skills as well in the upcoming slides. But would love to know what is your biggest concern when it comes to taking up the blockchain career and becoming a blockchain expert. So please let us know in this quick poll. This is an MCQ poll, so you can actually select multiple options if you have multiple concerns. If this poll doesn't basically cover your concern, you can let us know on chat here as well. Open to that as well. What is your biggest concern when it comes to becoming a blockchain developer or an expert? So I think we have gotten most of the votes from the folks here. So I will just keep this poll live for 10 seconds more before we move on to the program introduction. Okay, I'll give 5 seconds more. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll and share the results with you folks. Thank you so much for sharing your biggest concern here. So we can see that the biggest concern here being when it comes to becoming a blockchain expert or becoming a developer, we can see that I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to be job ready. And the second biggest concern here is why work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So we have gotten a lot of folks, I think, who actually are working professionals. I think we saw that in the starting of the session as well when we took that experience poll. And we have gotten few votes for I can't find a fully comprehensive curriculum program. And the third one, we have gotten very few votes for this one, that I find it difficult to learn from the recorded videos. So I'm assuming you're very well adjusted with the recorded videos, but you don't have to worry about that here in this particular program, which I'll be sharing next. So, in this program by IIT Kanpur, a professional certificate program in blockchain, you get access to comprehensive curriculum with an industry-aligned learning path. Also, you get access to integrated labs and hands-on projects for practical experience, which we'll be discussing more in the upcoming slides. What are the projects? What are those integrated labs? And also, you get access to online virtual classroom with peer instructor interaction, and also flexible to fit your lifestyle and schedule for working professionals, especially. And you can just complete this professional certificate program in blockchain by just giving 5 to 10 hours per week. The program duration for this one, I think someone has asked in the Q&A, is 4 months. So you can just complete this certification in 4 months here. Now moving on to the electives here, how basically this program builds your blockchain skills step by step. I think we start with the orientation session for this one. Vishwateja, can you take us through these electives? Maybe tell us a little bit about each of these electives before we move forward. How
Sure.
exactly this program builds their blockchain skills step by step.
Yeah, Rasha. So yeah, introduction to blockchain and Bitcoin. So in this skill, what you'll be learning is like how blockchain works and how Bitcoin is related. Basically, the Bitcoin is the first blockchain on the on the earth, right?
Mhm.
So here you'll be learning what's a Bitcoin, what's the consensus of Bitcoin, like the basically proof of work, and how the blocks are mined, how this data is stored on the blocks of the Bitcoin. You'll be learning that. And the next layer of solution is like learn about Ethereum. Ethereum is something that where you can write smart contracts in Ethereum. So we'll be learning about how to write smart contracts, what is Ethereum, on what consensus Ethereum is working on, like from which on what consensus that Ethereum launched on. Basically, Ethereum was launched on POW, proof of work, and why it is changing, why it has been changed to proof of stake. So we'll be learning about that and the understanding consensus again. So we'll be learning the different types of consensus and how the hash forms, the different types of cryptography, techniques, how to create a hash, and what's basically hash mean. So you'll be learning that. Coming to the Hyperledger Fabric, again, this is also an blockchain. There are many modules in Hyperledger Fabric. You'll be learning about them. There are Ethereum-based Hyperledger Fabric called as Besu. You'll be learning about them. And coming to the next thing, smart contracts and networks. You'll be learning. I'm not sure. You guys will be hearing about the blockchains. There are different types of blockchains in industry, right? So you have heard of Polygon, Matic. You have heard of Ethereum. You have heard of Binance, blockchain. So these are different types of networks of blockchains that are present where you can write smart contracts and deploy on them. So you'll be learning what are smart contracts, how to develop them, and types of networks. What are difference between each network? Each network is built for specific purpose. You'll be learning about them as well. So coming to the next applications of blockchain, as we have seen in resume, uh, one person is interested in food industry for supply chain, right? Second person might be interested in like developing the open source hospital record system, like central base. You can see that we have got an central base system for health records. What you can do is you can have open chain, like anyone can come and check your health record for past 10 to 15 years, like without disturbing them. Once the data is written on blockchain, that cannot be erased. So you can build many applications like that. You can have e-voting system. You can basically have your voting on blockchain so that no one can tamper that voting or change the count that you have got. That n number of applications that can be solved by blockchain. You can have real world asset tokenization. You can have shares. You can basically tokenize your land or your house, your bike, your car, anything. So all this comes under applications of blockchain. So the next thing is like capstone projects. You'll be working on many capstone projects in this program as well. Example again, I can go with a e-voting system and the hospital record system.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking about the capstone projects in the upcoming slides. But thank you so much, Vishwateja, for taking us through these steps. Now about the electives. The elective here, IIT Kanpur's academic master classes, they are optional. They come as a part of the program. You don't have to pay anything extra for that. So moving on to the basically complete skills we need basically to become a blockchain expert. So as we can see these skills on the screen here, cryptocurrency, cryptography, and blockchain, Bitcoin, consensus, distributed ledgers, transactions, workflow networks, hyperledger, workflows, Ethereum networks. So these are the skills basically which basically requires you to complete these skills in this program to become a blockchain expert. Maybe like Vishwa, do we need all these skills to become a blockchain expert? Or we can start with you for someone who's coming from a very different field, right? What would you suggest them where to start? That's always a dilemma, right? Where do you start, right? How did you start? Can you tell us your story also,
So
like while you're asking that?
yeah, like every early bird, I started with Bitcoin. So I
Okay.
started trading with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Then I started trading with Ethereum. Then I started trading with NFTs. So after trading all this, then I found out we can develop this on by our own. So
Mhm.
I started learning Ethereum. What is Ethereum? How to build on Ethereum. So I learned a Solidity programming language, which will be help to you write smart contracts on Ethereum. Basically, that comes under Ethereum only.
Mhm.
So I started writing smart contracts. Have deployed them. Have created my own tokens as well. So
Wow,
uh,
interesting.
yeah, starting with blockchain. First, you need to know how blockchain works. So then comes to Bitcoin, why how Bitcoin works. From there, you'll be coming to Ethereum,
Mhm.
and on Ethereum, you'll be having cryptography. You'll be learning crypto. You should have knowledge of cryptography as well. So
Mhm.
cryptocurrency is something you can call Bitcoin as cryptocurrency, and there are altcoins which are basically cryptocurrency again on Ethereum.
Mhm. Mhm.
So basically, you can start with the blockchain. You can start with if you know blockchain, consensus, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Uh, these four are enough, and
Mhm.
cryptography will basically add more value. So these five things are uh, enough for beginners to get into the blockchain space.
That sounds interesting. Even your journey as well. Thank you for sharing that. Now moving on to the blockchain skills which you cover and which basically opens many career paths. Not just becoming a blockchain developer, but there are so many career paths you can take up. You can become a blockchain web designer. You can become a blockchain solution architect. You can become a blockchain project manager, blockchain UX designer, blockchain quality engineer, blockchain legal consultant. So I think we have gotten a question here on basically the Q&A part, something very similar to a career path. Okay, I think it is by Mohammed Moheen. I'll be taking up your question, Mohammed Moheen. You can let us know in chat if you have many, any other questions apart from that. So I can see that you have asked that I have 20 years of work experience in IT industry as a project manager in both service and product-based companies. Would I still be considered as a fresher if I apply for a blockchain project manager's role? Vishwatisha, would you help us answering the question?
Absolutely no. What was the name?
Mohammed Moheen. I'll just share
Yeah,
the question with you.
yeah, Mohammed. Absolutely, they will not consider you as a fresher. So in blockchain, you just need to know the basics of blockchain. That's it. Like how the payment, the transaction flow, the types of products that are in blockchain, the types of tools that we use. Just you need to basically know the outline of blockchain. So
Mhm.
as we have discussed, the tools like Ethereum, Bitcoin, you need to know how they are working, how to work with them, not to
Hmm.
develop them. Just you need to know how to work with them. That's it. So your 20 years experience is an added plus point to become a blockchain project manager. You just need to know how blockchain works. That's it. So yeah, that the remaining process is same. Like the project manager, the project manager everywhere, but you need to know how to work with blockchain. That's it.
Thank you so much for answering that, Pratija. I hope that answers your question, Mohin. You can let us know on chat here if you have any more questions. Now, moving on. The key tools, libraries, and platforms you will be learning in this program. You can see a few of them on your screen here. Bitcoin, multi-chain. I think Vishwarija mentioned as well. Where you can start from the tools. Ethereum, Hyperledger Fabric, Solidity, Truffle. So again, like these tools and libraries, I'm pretty sure there are many more tools and libraries we'll be covering in this program. So, any questions related to the tool specifically or the libraries and platforms, you can let us know on chat or in the Q&A box. We'll be taking those questions as well. Now, moving on, I think we have mentioned the projects basically we'll be getting to work on with real business applications. So you can see that voting with blockchain is one of the projects, hands-on projects we'll be working in this program, ensuring transparency in trade finance transactions and decentralized patient record storage and many more hands-on projects like this, which you can add into your resume when you're trying to go out there and go and apply for jobs in blockchain. So I think we specified the importance of adding these blockchain projects in your resume, assuming that you're coming from a different background, even starting off as a fresher. So both will basically be helping you by adding projects like this to your resume. And also, I think someone has asked that, do we provide job assist services or do we help with resume in general or interview prep? So we do that. So Simplilearn provides job assist services. We basically give free access to expert webinars, and also you get options to choose real world projects across industries. You can work on and create your portfolio of projects. And also job assist services, which I'll be talking about next. We have partnered with IM Jobs. Uh, and in IM Jobs, basically, you get access to free resume review portal, and also you get access to interview prep as well, one-on-one interview prep as well. And you get access to the job portal as well in resume review portal, where you can basically go and find out tips or resume. We'll be getting consultation for that. Now, moving on, I think someone asked about the eligibility for this particular program. So you need to basically have a basic understanding of mathematics and a basic understanding of Java is preferred. Bachelor's degree with 50% or higher marks is preferred for joining the program. And you basically don't need work experience for this program, but having a work experience does help. Does help when, as we saw one question, right, about the basically program. Now, we would like to know, would you like to enroll into the professional certificate program in blockchain by IIT Kanpur? Before we move on to the Q&A part, so please let us know. You can see a quick poll on your screen here, and you can share your interest towards enrollment into the program of professional certificate program by IIT Kanpur in blockchain. I'll just keep this poll up for 10 seconds. Meanwhile, we are getting a lot of interesting questions in the Q&A. We try taking few questions during the session, but we'll take those Q&A questions in the special duration we have for the Q&A upcoming. So please quickly go and vote in the poll which you see. So would love to know your interest towards enrollment into the professional certificate program by IIT Kanpur in blockchain. Let me know if you have any questions about the program. Happy to answer that. Also, we have a special bonus offer for attending this session. You'll be getting that bonus offer for this program as well if you basically enroll now. So please keep that in mind as well while you are choosing an option. I can see a lot of interest coming towards enrollment. So that's great. That's great. That's great, guys. So I'll just keep this poll up for 10 seconds more. Meanwhile, folks who have already submitted your questions in the Q&A box will be taking up those pretty soon. And folks who still are basically having questions, and if you're put down on chat, I'm so sorry, we might miss it. So please go and quickly put down your questions in the Q&A box. If you have any question related to blockchain in general, if you're trying to transform your career towards blockchain, if you're trying to know basically what are the skills or tools, projects, what you can add to your resume, what kind of basically internship you can pursue in blockchain, please do that. Because we'll be taking those questions pretty quick. And also we'll be extending the session for a few more minutes so we can address all of your queries. So, okay, I'll be ending the poll in 5 seconds because I see most of you already have voted your interest towards enrollment into the program. So let me quickly end the poll. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much for sharing your interest. Now, moving on to the program schedule and fee here. So, the program fee for this professional certificate program in blockchain by IIT Kanpur is 1,69,000, including taxes in rupees. And also, we have financing options available as well. I think someone has asked about this. So, you can pay EMIs as low as 5,751 rupees per month. I will be sharing the link of this program in sometime in the chat. Also, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us at askus@simplilearn.net. Also, we just to let you know about the cohort, the induction for this upcoming cohort is starting on 18th of November, and the induction for this one is on 19th of October. So classes start from 18th of October, and the induction starts on 19th of October. And you can basically join this in the upcoming cohort. So also just to let you know, we have very limited seats per cohort. So we only have 25 to 30 seats per cohort, and we do this to make sure that you're getting all the attention that is required, while you take up this program. So moving on, for folks who have already shared their interest towards enrollment, I just want to know that when do you plan to enroll? So you can see 4 quick options on the screen. So if you plan to enroll immediately, as I've shared the upcoming cohort, which is starting on 18th of November, you can basically choose that. If you are planning to join within 3 months, you can choose that one. If you're planning to join within 6 months, still thinking about it, you need to plan a bit. So within 6 months would be great. And if you're basically planning to join more than 6 months from now, you can choose the fourth option. Just to let you know, folks who have already shared their interest towards enrollment, please do let us know when do you plan to enroll. That will help us understand when do we need to reach out to you with the admissions offer letter. Okay, I can see that polls are still moving in. Folks are still voting for the poll. So I will just give 10 seconds more for the folks just to let us know when do they plan to enroll. Also, in case you're planning to enroll maybe like, more than 6 months from now or within 6 months, I would recommend to choose that option because you will be losing out on the bonus of you'll be getting for attending this webinar. So please do that. So I'll just keep this poll alive for 5 seconds more because I can see most of the folks have already shared when do they plan to enroll. So that's great. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll. Okay, now moving on. Now we will be coming to the quick Q&A part. As we can see that we have gotten a lot of questions in the Q&A box and we'll be taking up questions from there. So in case you have not put down your questions yet, you can go and put down your questions there. And I'll try to take as many questions as possible. So we have one question by Vicky here that I'm new to the tech industry. How can I make my career in blockchain? Vishnu, would you help us answering the question by Vicky? I'll just repeat the question once again. So by Vicky, the question is, I am new to the tech industry. How can I make my career in blockchain? Would you give some tips for Vicky for how he can start his career in blockchain?
Yeah, so you are new to tech industry, right? So it's better to start with any certification program and then start with an internship, start with building on your own. You can look out there for freelancing roles, as we have seen someone already doing that. Mm, if not, you can basically, if you do a certification course, you'll be getting a lot of knowledge what to do, what is blockchain all about, right? Then you'll be, I'm pretty sure that it'll be clear what to do and what is basically the blockchain is, what to develop on. In many industries, what you can see that blockchain is evolving at very fast pace. Blockchain before 10 years is not what blockchain now. You can see there's a Web3 space booming up.
So sorry to interrupt you. He actually has replied on chat as well that I have joined a gaming company as junior software developer and I am from a non-tech field.
Okay, so even though you are not from non-tech field, I would recommend you to do one programming language. I would prefer Java so that you will be having an OOPS concept. You need to know the basics of OOPS, object-oriented programming, you call it as. So when you know that, you will be understanding the inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism things. So if you are clear with that, you can program any program out there. You can basically you are looking for a job in you are working in a gaming company, but you're looking job in blockchain, like you want to transit to move, right? So yes. So, as you're looking into blockchain, I would recommend you to learn the same as everything everyone do a certification course that will help you, or else go with the block how Bitcoin works. Then what is the consensus of Bitcoin, and how what is the transaction flow in Bitcoin, and then you can come to Ethereum, how Ethereum works and development of Ethereum. So that should be our flow.
I hope that answers your question. Okay. I think I can see another interesting question. Please let us know, Vicky, if that answers your question. So I'll just put that on chat for you, Vishwatija, here for to have a look. So we don't have a name for this one; it is anonymous. So I'll just read out the question. So I want to explore my career in blockchain. I am a software developer already. I want to know which field of blockchain there is more scope, like in crypto, NFT, contracts, and is there more job opportunity available in that? One of my friend was working in crypto field. She did say it doesn't have much scope and salary was less. So I'm a bit scared. What would you like to recommend? To this basically user who has basically asked the question. Vishnu?
Yeah. So there are people saying that there's no much scope, but there's a lot of scope. What basically I'm saying that, right? Blockchain is evolving. You can see the blockchain, which is 10 years back, is not right now. What we are seeing is the next banking system is going to collapse, and blockchain is going to evolve there. So there are many products that we are developing internally, which will take the banking industry down in next 4 to 5 years. So governments don't want that. Basically, they want to maintain their power. Basically, they support. There's a lot of money flow into the blockchain. So there, if you are asking about the scope, right? The contracts, NFTs, and the blockchain. So you can go with contracts. So everything NFT is also a contract ultimately, right? So I would recommend you to have contracts. You need to learn Solidity for writing contracts, and you can learn Rust for the blockchains like Solana and Near blockchain as well. So there's a lot of scope coming up. The people were not aware of what's going to come next. So they were saying that this is the a dead end. So this is not a dead end. The blockchain is evolving like internet. You can see at the starting of internet, people said that internet is going to die. But now with no internet, it's like your basically if you have food and water, there's an internet beside that. It's a necessity.
Yeah. Thank you so much for answering that. I think I've gotten a very similar two questions. I think you've answered that already. But I think, do I need to be a good programmer to join blockchain? I think I can't get the name from email ID. Please do let us know on chat. So do they need to be a good programmer to join blockchain, Vishwateja? What do you say?
Actually, programming is it's like practicing every day. If you practice every day, you'll be a good programming gradually. So programming is not a data science. It's like you need to code every day. Like what you do, you brush every day, right? In a similar way, like you should do coding for 30 to 45 minutes every day. Take a problem from lead code or any programming hacker rank. You can take a code, try to solve it. That's it. Program is nothing but logic building. So if you are good at building logics, that's it. You are a programmer. For programming, you just need to know the language. Like we write English, right? For that, you need to know the language. We call it as Java. We call it as Python. There are many languages out there. We have JavaScript, many. So for blockchain specific, you need to learn languages like the for smart contracts part, Rust and Solidity. Solidity is the most vast used programming language out there industry, and Rust is coming up. It has time, more time to get evolved.
Thank you so much for answering that, Vishwateja. I think we have answered almost all of the questions here on chat. If you have any more questions, please do let us know because we have already extended the webinar by a few minutes to address all of your queries. We got a lot of interesting questions. So thank you so much. Now, if you have questions, please do let us know, even though we are moving with the webinar. For folks who have already shared their interest towards enrollment, and also basically have told us, when do they basically plan to join the program. So this is a very quick poll just to understand, do you need assistance in enrolling to the program? You can see very quick options here, two quick options, yes or no. You can just let us know if you need assistance into enrolling to the program. I would highly recommend this for the folks who have shared interest, and also let us know when do you plan to enroll. Why not take the extra help, right? You're getting the extra help. Why not do that? Okay, I can see one question on the chart here. We'll take that question. I think let's take that question, Vishwatija, while they're basically voting for the poll. So I can see by I can't get your name from your email ID, but to let us know your name as well. So I have 8 years of experience as a delivery lead. I'm doing BC course. What are all designations I'll be eligible? So are you talking about eligible in blockchain? Please do specify that. Okay, yeah, talking about eligible in blockchain. Can you please help us, Vishwapija, with the answer?
Yeah, so as you have already 8 years of industry experience, that would help you to basically consider you'll be knowing how blockchain, not blockchain, how company works, right? How system works in an corporate system works. So if you are doing a blockchain course, yeah, that would basically your experience will help you to get a blockchain job in blockchain. The designations that will be available for, like, you can become a blockchain project manager, and you can since you will not specify that in which you are experienced. If you are experienced in technical side, you can become a technical project manager in blockchain. You can basically help them to design solutions in blockchain. Okay, if not technical, you can become a blockchain technical manager only. So you'll be eligible for that role. Yeah,
I
you
I
need,
hope that answers your question. Yeah, please continue. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, basically you just need to know how to work with blockchain side. That's it. So that will help you.
Awesome. I hope that answers your question. Please do let us know on chat. Okay. Okay. I think he basically is from a non-technical site, it's not eligible for a project manager role. Won't be eligible for a project manager role. Okay,
Yeah,
I
you can.
think, yeah, please continue.
Yeah, what you can do is you just start with working in blockchain, and in blockchain there are projects which you will be delivering, right? You will be eligible for a lead role in blockchain as well. So uh, we have delivery leads. Basically, we call it as project delivery lead. So you'll be helping in delivering the milestones of the project. So that will basically comes under a project manager thing, but you will be not managing the sprints of the blockchain and technical stuff. You'll be connecting with the client and getting updates from the project process and sprints that are going on the blockchain side. You'll be communicating with the client side more, client facing thing, and you will be understanding the stuff that client is speaking to you related to the blockchain.
I hope that answers your question. Please do let us know. Okay, saying okay, thank you. So moving on, I will just basically we're towards the end of the session, and before we end the session, I just have a quick poll question for you, which I will be basically launching it. So I actually need your suggestions on how basically we can make this webinars better, and what exactly are you looking for when you basically come to these webinars. So I'll just quickly launch this poll here. and you can see these options here on the screen as well. So I'm launching the polls. So as you can see on the polls here, what topics or areas of interest would you like to see covered in future webinars by Simplilearn? So you can see this basically options here. I've tried covering as many options as possible. I'm thinking, what exactly you might be looking for in these webinars when you're joining us for these webinars, and being a lovely audience as well. So you can see these options here: program project demo, resume enhancement, which we basically did a review sort of thing. But obviously, there are many categories which you can cover in resume enhancement, which was very, very nicely done by Vishwateja. And interview preparation, case studies, soft skills development, trends, industry specific insights, personal branding, networking, career advancement strategy. I'll just keep this live for 10 seconds more in case you're thinking about it. And this is a multiple choice question, so you can select multiple options as well and submit it. And also, if it doesn't cover the option which you're basically looking for, you can also let us know in chat here. So please do that. And okay. Also, Vishwateja, we are towards the end of the session. So thank you so much for joining us and helping folks, with how they can enhance their resume for blockchain. And we tried covering as many resumes as possible. And also thank you for staying a little extra for the folks for addressing their queries. So would you like to say something to the folks before we end the session?
Yeah, Rasha. So all the best to everyone who are trying to come to the blockchain space, and blockchain space is welcoming you all. Uh, we need more developers. They are very less. Like when you compare to Web2 space, they are only 2% of population into the blockchain space and Web3 space. So we do need all of you to migrate to the Web3 space, and Web3 space is like helping each other and very welcoming to everyone. So once again, I congratulate everyone for who are taking courses, the PCP course, and you are all welcome to Web3 space. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vishdeva. Thank you so much for joining us, and we would love to see another, interesting webinar from you. I think next month, and we're looking forward to that as well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I'll just quickly read out the options. Basically, I'll just share the results. Basically, what exactly are you looking for? What topics or areas of interest would you like to see covered in the future webinars on Simplilearn? So as you can see, we have gotten the highest amount of votes for interview preparation. Interesting fact, you will be taking up interview preparation next month, right? I think so. So for
Right.
blockchain. So that's great. And we have gotten, I think the second one, career advancement strategy. So I think that is also something which we'll be doing. Project demo has gotten again like 50% of the votes here. Project demos, we are covering this entire month and in the upcoming months as well. You can check out the past webinar recordings in the basically YouTube channel, or if you've attended, you'll be getting it over mail as well. And I can see a few votes for trends. Trends would be covering in November, December, January. So you can see a lot of trends coming up. A few votes for case studies and soft skills and personal branding as well. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. We'll try to take this feedback and implement in the future webinars for you, so we can add more value to you as well. So thank you, folks. Thank you for joining. You can let us know in chat here how was the webinar for you. And in the post survey link after I end this webinar, you will be getting a post survey where if you want the webinar certificate, please do put down your full name for the webinar certificate. So thank you so much. Have a good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you're joining from. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for being a great audience. Thank you, Vishwadeja, once again.
Yeah. Thank you, Rasha.